Very good morning to everyone, respected Principal Ma'am, worthy teachers, and my fellow Protapians. Today, as Shubjit Kaur of Class 70, I'm here to share my reviews on a very great and famous book, Around the World in 80 Days, written by Jules Verne. It's an adventure of the story revolves around Phileas Fogg. Passepartout, his servants, and a beautiful woman, Ada, and the clever detective, Detective Fix. The story begins with an enormous bet between Fogg and his friend Sorrel that whether or not it is physically possible to travel the world between 80 days to prove this stance. He set out with his servant, Passepartout, to journey around the world. This book takes place in year 1872, so their motive of transportation is very interesting. I really enjoyed this adventurous book as it went the extra mile to make it realistic. The book characters in the book were very well written. This book is only about 256 pages and you can enjoy the story while traveling. Phileas Fogg is a daily routine follower and is a calm and cool. Passepartout is a very interesting kind of person who is always ready to help others, but is a not good secret keeper. Detective Fix, a brilliant spy who understands the situation very well and is a big problem creator in the life of Fogg. Ada is a very pretty Indian woman who accompanied by Phileas. In my opinion, this may not be a life-changing book, but it sure will be an eye-opening one. So many people look at the journey as a tiresome activity, something to sleep through, just an extra part of the real activity. But this book gives us the aesthetics of the journey. In real life, we are like Phileas Fogg, continuing numbers till we can reach the destination. But this book shows us through the eyes of Passepartout, the servant, how to utilize the small amount of time. This is a great book and I highly recommend to each one of you to read it at least once. Thank you and have a cheerful day.
A very good morning to everyone. Today, Ayanit of Class 7th E is here to review the book written by esteemed Charles Dickens, A Christmas Carol. A Christmas Carol is a book about a mean-spirited and selfish old man, Ebenezer Scrooge, who hates Christmas. One cold Christmas Eve, Scrooge is unkind to the people who work for him, then refuses to give to charity, and then is rude to his nephew when he invites him to spend Christmas with him. This is a great book, and I was fascinated when I read it, and I personally want everyone to read this book. Thank you. Have a gracious day ahead.
Greetings of the day, everyone. Today, I, Bhuvi, am here to give a review on the book Around the World in 80 Days. Around the World in 80 Days by Jules Verne was published in 1873. Verne was inspired to write the story by the rapidly changing transportation methods around him. In Verne's lifetime, transportation evolved and travel became easier, though not as easy as it is today. Traveling around the world was a bold notion, and to circle the globe in 80 days was an outrageous thought. It would take an adventurer like Phileas Fogg to get the job done. In this story, there lived a gentleman, namely Phileas Fogg, who had a servant, Jean Passepartout. In his routine, he used to wake and eat breakfast at the same time each day. He spent his afternoons at the Reform Club and evenings playing game whist with the same group of other wealthy gentlemen. One day, when all the gentlemen at the club were discussing and arguing on some issue, Phileas was reading newspaper, and he read that railway between Rothal and Ahmedabad has been completed or connected. He said that all the world is now easily connected, and by my calculations, the world can be easily circumnavigated in just 80 days. Just after saying this statement, other gentlemen started disagreeing to his statement, while Phileas was completely sure that it can be done and betted to do it with Ralph on $20,000. Soon after that, he boarded a train to Europe with his servant. He had to pass through many twists and turns during his journey. At one moment, he thought that he would lose the bet, but at the end of the story, he reached timely and won the bet. I would like to highly recommend this book. This is all from my side. Thank you and have a marvelous day.